Hey guys, welcome to reading books recommended by booksellers. Now, I'm a booktuber, watch a lot of booktube, recommend a lot of books, find a lot of recommendations through booktube, but I feel like the best people to get recommendations from are the people whose job it is to literally just sit there and recommend books and are constantly surrounded by so many different books and not just the same ones that are circulating the internet. So I thought I'd do a little video reading books that are recommended by booksellers that aren't like the most in-your-face books that are currently out. They are still popular because I was looking at ones that I was like actually interested in that I know of, but like they're not like the most in your face. So I have 3 books and I am very excited to read them. The first one I'm currently reading, and that is Red Rising by Pierce Brown. This is, I believe it's gonna be a 7-book series. The first 6 books are currently out. I will just be reading this one for now because I just have too many books on my TBR right now to dedicate myself to an entire 7-book series, but I am so excited to read this one. I found this one recommended in a local bookshop in Coronado. It was like a little independent bookstore. It's really cute. I think it's called Bay Books. I have the receipt. But yeah, it's such a cute bookstore. I literally go there anytime I'm in the area. But the first book is Red Rising, which is it's a sci-fi dystopia. It's kind of like Hunger Games but in space. I'm currently almost halfway through. I'm also reading this for a book club that I started a little bit ago with some of my friends here. Honestly, I'm literally so excited for this book. I've been excited to read this book for I feel like 2-3 years now. I love sci-fi, I love dystopia, I love the Hunger Games. Like, I love the Hunger Games so much, so any excuse to read a book that is compared to the Hunger Games, I will do it. Hey, I will do it. Since I am about halfway through this book, I can tell you how it actually is in comparison to Hunger Games. Like, I expected it to be a lot of like trials and like that kind of thing. Like, you know, you have a bunch of people pitted against each other and they need to fight to the death. But honestly, for at least this first like half of the book, the part that it is so similarly connected to the Hunger Games is just like the caste system and the fact that there's this like elite power that is very much pulled apart from the rest of society. There's just insane amounts of castes and like slaves in this universe, but they're not like told that they're like that. Just like in any system, you're not gonna be told that you're a slave. You're just like told that this is the best thing for you and that this is exactly what you need. But I am liking it so far. I do have to say the first 2 parts are really slow. I've finally gotten on to part 3 now and it's picking up pace a little bit more. I think this part's gonna be more action-packed. I am liking it so far. I have to say though, the main character is 16 years old, so he acts and speaks and monologues like a 16-year-old, so it is occasionally annoying, but I am enjoying it, and I think the second half is going to be a lot more enjoyable, and I do want to read the whole series eventually, but for now we have Red Rising. Our next book, which is also from Bay Books, but this one, instead of being up on one of the little stands that says like recommended by a bookseller, I was actually like looking at in the bookstore, and then the actual bookseller that was standing at the cash register was like, oh my god, you should totally read that. Like, I really recommend it. And that is The Let Them Theory. I'm not a very big non-fiction girly. I do love a good memoir. I've really been slipping on my memoir game recently, but I love a memoir. But this is like purely a self-help non-fiction book, but I have heard really good things about it, and Mel Robbins, like everybody ever loves Mel Robbins. You know, she's short and sweet. She's like 225 pages or something, and I don't think the idea is too complex. Like, it's literally just the let them theory. It's like, let them, people, think what they want of you and act how they want because they don't actually know you, and like let you yourself act however you want and don't do it based on reactions and like pleasing people. And I feel like it's just a very simple theory, but I've heard people say that just like hearing all the examples that she gives and hearing it repeated to you over and over again kind of makes it sink in, because it's like, yeah, we know like everything all of these self-help books tell us, but it's kind of just like having it sink in. So I am excited to read this one. And then lastly, we have Remarkably Bright Creatures. I've literally wanted to read this book for I think like almost 4 years now. One of my best friends read it in high school and she absolutely adored it, marveled about it. I think it literally made her cry, which like, hey, I'm so ready. I love a good emotional read. But I was like, okay, I think it's time to finally bite the bullet, buy this book, read this book, because I had this idea planned. So I was like going through different bookstores and I think I found the recommendation for this one specifically at Barnes & Noble's, I think. And so I was like, okay, you know, I've been wanting to read this for 4 years, so let's finally get it. I'm not too sure what it's about other than that there's an octopus that like somebody connects to and it's like a story about them, but I will read the back blurb to like have us both kind of understand what's going on. Okay, after Tova Sullivan's husband died, she began working the night shift at the Sowell Bay Aquarium, mopping floors and tidying up. Keeping busy has always helped her cope, which she's been doing since her 18-year-old son mysteriously vanished on a boat in Puget Sound over 30 years ago. Tova becomes acquainted with curmudgeonly Marcellus, a brilliant giant Pacific octopus living at the aquarium. Marcellus wouldn't dream of lifting one of his 8 arms for his human captors until he forms a friendship with Tova. Ever the detective, Marcellus deduces what happened the night Tova's son disappeared, and now Marcellus must use every trick in his old invertebrate body can muster to unearth the truth for her before it's too late. Interesting. Okay, so it's like a little bit of like a mystery. That's really not at all what I was expecting, but I am excited to read her. So let's get back into Red Rising and I will let you know how these books go. I do think I'm gonna really enjoy them all. I mean, like, this one probably not enjoy as much, but like I think I am gonna let it sink in a little bit because I am a people pleaser. So like I could personally use this theory. So let's get to reading.
I'm coming over around the corner, another night where I get so confused because we're just friends, the friends who undress, the friends with loose ends that kiss your neck.
Okay, so I just got to part 4, which is the last part, and I have to say, I don't know if I said when I was doing the intro, but the first 2 parts were like really slow, very like world building. They were interesting, but it was just like we weren't quite at the plot yet. Like we were just learning before we got there. But part 3 was so interesting. Also like the first few chapters, like laying the land of like what was gonna happen was a little bit slow, but then it got so good. Guys, I am very intrigued now. I literally just have the last part. I have 30% left. Also, the book club is literally today, so I was like, I have to finish this today. I filmed that intro yesterday and I was like, I need to speed read this. But I've been listening to the audiobook while reading just so that I don't have to like totally focus on all the words, because I was like trying to get into it. So I was like making my bed, setting things up. The audiobook's really good. It's in a Irish accent, I think, so it takes a little second to get used to it, but it's really good. I'm not gonna say I didn't expect it to be as gory as it is. I definitely did expect it to be gory as it is, but it's always still a shock. Like, it is very Hunger Gamesy in the level of gore that they're allowing on the page as well. The fact that Hunger Games is a YA just astounds me, because like it is so disturbing, and this is basically the same thing, just with like a lot more curse words. That's basically it. I am very excited for this last part. I'm gonna put the audiobook back on and keep going. Part 4, Reaper. Hey guys, I literally just noticed that I fully have not filmed a clip in 6 days. I flew out to Georgia on Friday and it is currently Thursday. Let's just say I've not been reading a whole ton. I'm out here visiting family, so I've been pretty busy, not had the most time. And also, like, I am enjoying this book, but like obviously it's a nonfiction self-help book, so it's not like there's a story to fully get immersed in and like want to stay up late reading necessarily. I am almost done. I'm on page 188 and I think it ends at 225. So I'm hoping to get a good chunk done today and then tomorrow morning to just finish it up. But yeah, I've literally just been reading like 10-15 pages a day, and honestly I've been reading on my Kobo. Hey, I've been reading another book because I want to. I I literally haven't even picked up Remarkably Bright Creatures, and this video is supposed to go up on Monday. It is currently Thursday, so I've got a lot of reading to do in the next few days. Sunday I have a flight though, so hopefully I'll just on that flight binge Remarkably Bright Creatures, because quite frankly I need to get that book done. And like, I know I'm gonna enjoy it, I just need to start it. It's one of those things that it's just like you can't get into something until you've actually gotten into it, so I just need to like pick it up. But yeah, I have been enjoying this. I have to say it's definitely like things that I already know, things that I feel like I honestly, if I had this book like a year and a half ago, would have been, I feel like, a lot more impactful, just because I feel like the last year of my life I've low-key been implementing the let them theory without the actual words let them, just kind of the vibes, which is great. It's great that like I'm already implementing these things. I feel like right now, the place that I am in my life, I'm like a lot better with people pleasing, comparison, and caring about what people think. So yeah, it is a good book. I like how it's written. I like all the different parts. I like how we focus on like let them, and then like letting me, kind of embracing it, and like how you can do more and better things in your life, and it's all like in your hands, like you can do this. But yeah, I just feel like I kind of already knew these things. I feel like the let me part is a bit more things that I do need to implement now. I'm very like, it's fine, like I'm just gonna let life happen, but like things don't change unless you change them. So I do recommend it if you are big on like comparison, putting yourself down, just caring what people think too much. Not like an insane theory, but like it's good. And I go back to reading right now. It's time to talk about these 3 books that I read. I literally finished Remarkably Bright Creatures about 3 seconds ago, but I know my rating, like I know. So we're gonna leave her for last. We're gonna go through this because I was editing a bit on the plane while listening to the audiobook, and I realized that I literally did not give my rating for Red Rising yet. So I'm just gonna do all 3 together at the end, pretend like I meant to do this little grand reveal all together. We're gonna not hear that pretend part. I totally meant to do this. Okay, so starting with Red Rising, I'm giving this book a 4 stars. I did enjoy it, but like I said during the clips where I was reading this, I feel like the first 2 parts were slow, which is completely understandable. It's a 7-book series, you know, there's a lot of world building involved. It's a very large world. We're talking about, at least so far that we know of, I don't think we're gonna expand past this though, because it's already quite a huge world. It is the entire solar system. So there's a lot of world building to go on, but I did really enjoy it. I thought it was really fun, very Hunger Gamesy. If you love sci-fi, if you love very like high sci-fi or maybe high fantasy and you want to like dip into something else, I think this is for you. You know, we've got a lot of politics going on. There's a good chunk of like fighting and like actual Hunger Games action type stuff going on in the second half of the book, so I would recommend it. But she's 4 stars, and I am continuing the series because actually for my book club we decided to read like the first 3 books, which is like the original trilogy. It was originally a trilogy and then it got expanded, so I am about to read Golden Sun as well. Next we have the Let Them theory. I don't think I'm gonna rate this just because it is a self-help book. It's just kind of, I guess, how much it stuck with you or how much it helped you. I don't know, I feel like it's kind of weird to rate these kinds of things. Like, I thought it was good, but I think I said in a clip earlier, I could have used this a lot, maybe like a year and a half, 2 years ago. Now I feel like I kind of implement this stuff. There are some of the Let Me stuff that I do want to implement, but I think for the most part, like, it's not anything groundbreaking, but like, yeah, if you just want to take some more action in your life, if you feel stuck, if you're a people pleaser, if you just care too much about people's opinions, I feel like give it a read. You know, it was easy. It was actually 299 pages, not 225. So it did take me a little bit longer than I thought. Like the other day I said that I was gonna finish it that day and then I finished it the next day, but doesn't really matter. So she was good. It's a stunning cover. Like, I love the little yellow dots on it. They're so stunning, so like eye-catching. I love it. Oh my god, I was literally about to like, okay, don't know where that came from. And then lastly we have Remarkably Bright Creatures, which I literally read the entirety of this thing except for the last 10 pages on the flight. I'm not a fast reader. I did audiobook a good chunk, like I audiobooked half of it and then I read half of it, but like still I was audiobooking this thing on like 2.25 speed. I was in this story. I really enjoy this. First of all, can we give a second for these sprayed edges? Thank you. They are stunning, and the book cover is just, I love the colors. I think it's so pretty, and I literally sobbed at the last, it was like the 3rd or 4th to last page. So we get, I'm literally, hey, I'm skipping a little bit too ahead of myself, but I gave the synopsis of this book at the beginning because I low-key didn't know anything about what it was about, but now I feel like I can kind of give a bit of a better synopsis than what is on the back. So basically I feel like this book is really just like a story about like love, connection, and family first and foremost. Like Tova she's in her 70s. She lost her husband a few years ago. Her son went missing when he turned 18. So like she's been through a lot of grief in her life. She's had a lot of bad things happening. And so we get split perspectives between Tova and then Cameron, who is this 30-year-old. He doesn't know who his dad is. His mom left him to live with his aunt when he was like 9 years old. He's kind of like a deadbeat in the nicest way possible. Like he just like doesn't know what to do with his life. Like he knows what he likes and he's very intelligent, but he just never sticks to things, and he very much takes this like victim complex because of the fact that his mom left him when he was young. And then we also have like short little chapters between chapters that are just like Marcellus's point of view, which are really cute. Like it's literally just like that long. Like it's like a page and a half, sometimes just a page. And those are really cute. Like it starts with 1,299 days of my captivity. He's like just talking about his life in the aquarium and like what's going on. And so we get these 3 perspectives, and it just ends up being this lovely, beautiful story of like family and connection, and like family and like the best sense of the word of not just like people that are like blood related to you, but like everybody that you consider family, and like everybody that you love and that like brings you together in life and that like you cherish. And so like Marcellus, which is the octopus, is just like the sweetest, and his connection with Tova and Cameron is just so precious. And the end of the book is so sweet. It kind of reminded me of A Man Called Ova by Frederick Bachman, which is my absolute favorite book that I've read this year so far. Not at all in the writing style, but I think just like the general message of the story, that like there are always people in this life for you. You will find your way. People love you. I think just like don't give up. Like hold out hope for the people around you. I think that is like the overarching message of these two books, and I think they end in a very similar way. And it literally like pulled so hard on my heartstrings. Like I literally cried. I can't say the part right before it because that's a major spoiler, but Marcellus says in his last chapter, humans for the most part are dull and blundering, but occasionally you can be remarkably bright creatures. And that literally had me sobbing because he's talking about Tova and how much he loves her. And I just love this book. I tabbed a few, or like I dog-eared it because I didn't bring any tabs. It's so good. It's literally so good. It's like 4.75. It could be a 5-star, but like I feel like I'd want to reread it because I don't think I've like I think I've only once given a book that I've audiobooked a 5-star just because I don't like connect as much. This one I feel like I was very in though, because I was like low-key like reading, like skimming the pages while audiobooking it, but like I want to like read it one more time to like make sure eventually. But like she's like 4.75/5-star, like so good. So hey, answering the question of can booksellers recommend good books, which is like, you know, their job, yeah, I'm gonna say yeah. We had a 4-star. We had, you know, a solid, like I would say out of self-help books, this was a good one. It wasn't too like rub it in your facey. And then like a maybe 5-star, like hello. I think that's pretty freaking good. I think that's pretty freaking good. That's it for this video. I would highly recommend going to a bookstore and checking out like the what booksellers recommend section, because I feel like they have so many interesting books and a lot of books that I've wanted to read for ages, but I've just kind of like put off. And now I was like, okay, you know what? I have to do this. I have to do this. I think go into a bookstore, see a book that you've been wanting to read for ages and put off, and just go out, get it, read it, do it. You know, it's fun. Maybe you'll get yourself a new 5-star. Maybe. So I'll see you guys next week. Thank you guys for watching. This was a really fun one, and I was honestly a little bit surprised. Like I wasn't too sure because I have been putting these books off for a while. So thank you guys for watching.